doing? No, don't do that.
This week we'd like to feature X-Plane 12. X-Plane 12 is a gorgeous simulation for general aviation and more. You can tweak the X-Plane environment to practice specific skills and simulate conditions you'd encounter in a real cockpit. Play it back with new and experienced pilots alike. Love the way you can replay landings and more from any angle. There are infinite ways to practice detailed failures. You can test your reactions and the limits of your aircraft in failure simulation scenarios. You can browse over 500 plus failures to create the perfect training environment for you. Brush up on the classic fundamentals in the Cessna 172, or explore the new MCDU system in the Airbus A330. You can also experience a world of add-ons. Everything that comes with X-Plane makes it the most realistic, most robust flight sim experience you can ever have. X-Plane 12 puts you in the cockpit. Check them out today.
Alrighty, everybody. This one is for the wonderful idea of MAG, military aircraft, guns, and gaming. I guess today's special comes kind of akin to aircraft. We're going for the top 5 alleged hypersonic vehicles. Which I guess for everyone, real quick, we'll do a definition of hypersonic, because we haven't set that yet. Definition of hypersonic flight is flight at Mach 5 or higher. What did we want to give to number 5, by the way, of this list?
Well, what about... I don't know, we can go with the X-37B.
X-37B. Back when Boeing made shit that didn't break.
Yeah.
Oops. We'll have to cut that one. Just kidding. We'll leave it in because we don't get paid by Boeing to keep our mouths shut.
Well,
unlike certain inspectors.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or video games.
Canceled. Anyway.
Yeah. But so the X-37B has a alleged top speed of 28,000 kilometers per hour.
So what is that in Mach?
I don't know about in Mach, but it's 17,398 miles an hour. So, yeah.
That's a little bit of speed.
That's 17,000 miles an hour. That'll wake you up in the morning, I think.
It could.
Well, in
17,000 miles per hour to Mach is 22.15 the speed of sound.
Ooh, well, and we were talking about this. We know that at Mach 20 from New York to LA is a little over 12 minutes. Kind of put it in perspective for folks. And if you'll be able to see the X-37 on the screen, but it has a very familiar shape and look to it. We'll put it that way. Not to spoil the rest of our list. So what would you put at number 4?
That HTV-2 myself, off of the DARPA Falcon project.
Okay.
I think that would be a solid choice. Its alleged speed isn't quite as high, but its usefulness, I think, it puts it in a better area.
Well, and it's got it as 17,000 kilometers for me an hour. And it says here from London to Sydney in 49 minutes. So,
That's still scooting.
That's still moving, yeah. Roughly 10,500 miles an hour.
Right, and this was meant to actually carry reconnaissance stuff is the only reason I think it takes number 4 over number 5. My personal self.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of speed to be taking pictures at.
Oh, yeah. Well, and we were talking about that, because I said, well, what's really the purpose of these hypersonic manned vehicles, and you said reconnaissance. They're more highly detailed, so.
Yeah, generally speaking, your surveillance planes, quote unquote, or drones in this case, um, they give you better detail than a satellite can, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And before someone yells at me, this information came from a good source, and that's all I can say. If he's a moron, let me know, because I want to know, because I'm gonna give him shit. But it came from a good source. That's all I can legally tell anyone, without this page going poof and us getting killed.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and move on. What's your number 3 there, Chief?
Number 3, I have the HTV 3X. It was called Project Black Swift. They said it was halted in 2008, but has been revived. Who knows? But it's supposed to be the size of an ordinary fighter jet and do roughly the same equivalent to the HTV. So it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it could actually carry ordnance too, just on the shape, but I don't know. You can see how they're starting to get closer and closer to maybe some stuff we're seeing in Hollywood.
That would be terrifying.
Yeah,
Realistically.
yeah, dude, over 10,000 miles an hour? Definitely not for me. What about yeah, number 2?
Number 2, I'm gonna go with the Dark Star, SR-72 Dark Star, which allegedly has had test flights.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's an interesting proposition. Dark Star's supposed to be a Mach, what was it, Mach 6 or Mach 8 capable aircraft?
Yeah, as far as they've let us know.
Right, but the thing with the Dark Star is you have all of the shit from the SR-71 video, which if no one remembers that, go watch it.
That's right.
And with the addition of a better computer system for fire control.
Well, it seems to be a more manageable speed than these ridiculous, speeds.
It's still obnoxious. Let's be honest, it's still obnoxious.
Yeah, roughly 4,000, 5,000 miles an hour, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's about 4,000 miles an hour. But yeah.
Right, which and that's just what we're able to verify. Obviously, I'm sure it's just like the SR-71. They're not going to tell us how fast it ever really went.
That's right.
I think before we get to number 1, though, I'd like to throw out an honorable mention. WAC Corporal, WAC Corporal, which served as a second stage to the V2, which was the first use of demonstrating a multi-stage rocket for achieving high velocities and high altitudes under the program labeled Bumper from the U.S. Army. The V2 itself hit an altitude of 100 miles at a velocity of 3,500 miles per hour, at which point the WAC Corporal ignited. This upper stage then accelerated to a maximum velocity of 5,150 miles per hour, reaching an altitude of 244 miles, which exceeded by 130 miles the previous record set by the V2 in a single-stage configuration. At the point of reaching its apogee, the WAC Corporal nosed over and then careened back into the atmosphere at well over 5,000 miles an hour. So, in doing so, it was the first object of human origin to achieve a hypersonic flight. On Thursday, February 24th of 1949. So we achieved hypersonic flight before we made it to space.
Yeah.
Just for everyone's curiosity.
Well, and speaking of space, I think we both agree. What's our number 1?
The number 1 is definitely going to have to be the one I have referenced is the Apollo Space Shuttle on re-entry. It is noted to have done Mach 36 for the Apollo capsule.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what Mach 36 has to do to something.
Yeah.
They had the HTV-2 achieving 200 seconds in 2011 of hypersonic flight, and it basically ripped the skin right off of the internal frame
Yeah.
after that 200 seconds. Now you're looking at a sustained re-entry at Mach 36. It's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
it's over 17,000 miles per hour. And the reason why we put the space shuttle at number 1 is because the average speed during its missions is over 5,000 miles an hour. Still one of the craziest achievements we've ever created as humans. So pretty neat.
It achieved the highest speed and for the longest duration.
That's right.
So that's why it's taking our number 1 spot.
And if you guys agree, don't agree, let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this one.
For military aircraft, guns, and gaming, brought to you by CoolKegs Productions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, slap in that toast, and hit that noti bell for all the rest of our future projects.
Until next time.
No, don't do that.